OMG, you won't believe what happened, you guys. You're gonna be so shocked when I tell you what just happened. Hey everybody, it's 6:46 a.m. and we're on our way to Albertsons. We're gonna be getting $27.23 for 8.4 miles. The only problem is we gotta shop for 38 items, so we're gonna be in there for quite some time. So let's get on over there and get started. Well, I'm officially in the Spark program, so now I'm a Walmart Spark driver, so that's good news. I don't know if I'm even gonna use it. I turned it on and a couple of things came in and they were terrible. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna do that. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but at least it's an option. And it was slow this morning. I've had the app on for about 40 minutes and nothing was coming in. It was really slow this morning. I even turned on my Lyft app and I was getting a few things from there, but I kept rejecting them because my mind was telling me don't do anything for people until it's worth it, meaning they offer bonuses. And there are some potential bonuses starting tomorrow. I think I'm going to be getting like an extra $3 for every ride. So that comes out to about $7 for every ride, which is reasonable. But I just don't know if I feel like driving. I'm still thinking about it. I have to consider whether or not I want to deal with people or not. Because, I like just driving around by myself. It's nice. It's a nice luxury. But, if it's super slow, I figure, well, if it's super slow and you got to do something. But when the weekend comes, it tends to pick up. So I may just stick with delivery. I just go back and forth in my mind, weighing options. Some of the negatives to Spark are they're not very clear on which location you've got to pick up from. So sometimes it can be a Walmart that's really far away, and sometimes it doesn't tell you how many miles it'll be based on your location, your current location. It's just based on the moment you get to that particular pickup spot that it starts counting the miles, and I don't like that. And so you have to sort of figure out like, well, where is it? And then you've got to do your own math to figure out if it's worth it, because most of the times it's not the Walmart near you, it's a Walmart far away. Or sometimes it's not even Walmart, it's like Sam's Club, it's Home Depot, it's some other business. And then you have to, and they don't even tell you the address, they tell you some stupid code, like a 4-digit code, like the store's number, which is totally irrelevant to me. So I have to Google it, and then I can see on the map, like, okay, this is what it is. So it's not very efficient to making a sound decision on whether or not you want to do the offer. So I don't really care for that. And then this whole thing for the payment process, to get paid, they have all these crazy things set up where you can't just connect your bank account. You got this one card, you got this thing called branch something or other. It's like some sort of intermediary between the Spark program and your bank account. And it's like, why are they creating these obstacles to just make it simple so you can just, like all the other apps, you just connect your banking information, and then when it's time to get the payout, they just shoot the money to your bank account. So there's a lot of weird things about it that I just don't care for. So I don't know if I'll ever use it, because the more I think about it, the more I'm put off by just how different it is from the other apps, from Uber and DoorDash and Lyft and just all the other ones that you're just traditionally, you're just so used to having such a clear understanding of what you're getting before you do it. And this and the Spark one just does not seem to do that at all. So not happy about that, but I'm in it, and maybe if it's slow I'll do it, but it's low on the totem pole. Sort of perusing through the shopping list. It's not the official shopping list with the pictures, but it looks like a lot of the items are very small, minor items. Like there's some bananas, so there's 6 bananas, And then for bell peppers, I think I saw a dozen, like they wanted 12. So 18 of the items that they want are just small produce items. So that really cuts down on the time I'm going to be in the market. So it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad, but I'll show you the shopping list in just a minute. The thing about also doing Lyft and doing the YouTube videos is I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate that into the show, because I don't want to show people, strangers in the car. So I guess I would have to just discuss the pickup and then the post drop off. So after the drop off, then I could talk about like what happened, I guess, like what, if anything interesting occurred or whatever. So I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna go. I don't find the UberX or Lyft events that occur, I don't find them to be that interesting. The only time they're interesting is if, there's an incident in the car, which I don't want to be dealing with no incident in the car. So otherwise, they're very routine and pretty boring. So, yeah, I don't know if I want to include that in the show or not. And in that case, why even do them? Because, I have a limited amount of time to do gig work. So I don't know. There's so much to think about today. I had a lot of stuff on my mind today about all this different stuff and different strategies, and I really like the route that I'm currently taking, where we're all just together and we're doing deliveries and just having a good time. So I just need to stick with that for now, and if anything happens, like if the delivery stuff dries up, then I can switch to something else. But for now, this is what I want to do, I think. Here's what we're shopping for: cheese, soda, ginseng and honey drink, ketchup, Sun Chips, Lay's, Cheez-Its, fries, more fries, some kind of dog food, milk, tea, bread, ground beef, chicken thighs, grapes, bell peppers, and bananas. It's really not that bad. Almost half the items are just those things at the bottom, the bell peppers and the bananas. All right, let's go in there and get it done. Albertsons, it's your store, not my store. All right, we got it all. It took over 20 minutes, but we got it all. Now let's see if there's a check stand open so I can check out. We got a large load today. That was definitely a lot of stuff, but we did it. We got it all in the car, and we're on our way. As long as we can get there in one piece, we're going to be good. But the question is, are we going to get there in one piece? Are we? I don't know. We will find out. So I had no problems finding most things, but we had a problem with finding ground beef, which you would think that wouldn't be hard, right? Well, they didn't have any. They had no value pack size ground beef. So I just got her one pack because that's all they had left. Like, all the meat was gone, which is crazy. And then green bell peppers. How hard could that be? They had no green bell peppers. So I got her red bell peppers because that was in her substitution. Even though those are so much more expensive, they had them, and she said it was okay, so that's what she got. And let's see, what else didn't they have? Oh, she wanted green grapes. They didn't have any green grapes. They were really short of a lot of things. And then the app led me astray for where to get the milk and the iced tea. It was actually closer to when I started, and yet when I ended, it said it was an aisle, I think 22, which in my mind I thought, well, the milk's going to be at the far end of the store, and no, it was not. So I had to backtrack to get it, but I got it. And then they had to open up a checker stand for me because I had so many items, obviously, and they had somebody come over and they helped me. So that got all taken care of, and yeah, so it got all done, and now we got to go 3 minutes away, 1.6 miles. It looks like a house, thank goodness, because it is a lot of stuff, and it's a leave at my door. All right, well, let's get going. Having one of those days where you don't feel confident. Do you ever have those days? Like, for whatever reason, you can't explain why you wake up and you don't feel confident. Like, it's some sort of chemistry in the body that makes you doubt yourself. There must be some kind of science to it. But whenever I get this kind of mood or feeling, I second guess myself. I find myself, whatever I do, I'm like, oh, is that right? Or, oh, should I be doing that? And then it just gets caught in a loop, you know, a mental loop. And I know there are some people that have to deal with that all the time, but luckily I don't. It shifts. It happens sometimes, and then the next day or a few hours later, it just vanishes. But I notice it, like I'm aware of it, but I have like, I don't know how to describe it. I have a very logical mind, so I can like rise above it. Like, it's still there, but like my higher brain thinking is like in control and is like aware of it, but it's my higher functions are like managing the situation. I don't know if any of you guys get like that too, but it's very similar to, like, you know, like if you hurt yourself, like if you bang your leg, but you still got to keep going. So you ignore the pain, but you keep going. So it's kind of like that. So I don't know. All right, we're just about there. Let's hope they don't have cars blocking the way to get in. Let's see. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Oh, someone's coming.
They added the following instructions. Leave at my door.
Of course, look at the cars. The cars are tightly blocking, making it extremely difficult to deliver. People are too much, man, I tell you. Well, whatever. We're just going to get it done, all right? Guess we won't be using the cart. We won't be using the cart. Oh boy, whew. That wasn't too bad. I mean, it was a little rough because there were many trips I had to do back and forth to drop that off. But once again, it is good exercise. So I do like that part. So even though it's kind of rough in the beginning, I appreciate the exercise. Lord knows you don't get enough exercise when you're just sitting around at home. So it wasn't too bad. Oh, I gotta turn on Uber. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. And they paid a lot more than I thought. I think it went up. I think it went up to $27 and something. You'll see it above. You can see it in the total above. So you'll know how much we made. And it looks like $27.23, I believe. $4.04, 3.9 miles. No. Woo, man. I'm sure they're not going to be happy about the ground beef. I mean, that's a staple. And they only got a little tiny pack. $6.09, 5.2 miles. No. Yeah, that they're not going to be happy about, but, you know, whatever. What are you going to do? You just do the best you can. Each app has its own different strategies. $3.02, 3.2 miles. No. Yeah, and I think all in all, that probably took about an hour to do. So we did excellent, considering, although it is late, but that's $6 and a penny for 6.4 miles. No, it's not the customer's fault that we haven't started. We didn't start till like way after 6:30, like 6:40, I think we started. So that's just, it's slow. So there's nothing we can do about that. And hopefully it picks up. You know, it's a new month, so hopefully it picks up. You know, I like to keep busy, so I'm just thinking, it's funny how my mind gets like torn into thinking, you know, I want to make money. So now my mind is trying to incorporate, you know, driving people around into the video. I'm like, well, I can't just do the food delivery if there's no food delivery to be had. But at the same time, you know, driving people around, the dollar to mile ratio is very low without bonuses. So I'm thinking about that too, because the average drive to take people is about 4 miles. The short ones, they usually average about 4 miles. So we would have to get at least, what is that, $7? I think we'd have to get at least $7 for it to be the equivalent to doing food delivery. So I think that's what I'll be getting though, starting tomorrow on Friday. So I think I'll get that, but of course I have to complete all of the rides, so that would be 10. And so when I do the math, it works out where I'm not going to do hardly any, I wouldn't be able to do hardly any deliveries. I'd have to, almost my entire day would have to be just driving people around. So that's where I go back to not doing people. I'm like, well, then it's not worth it, because I don't want to be doing people that many hours to get that bonus. So we're just back to doing the driving. I mean, back to doing the delivering, I think, people. And then we will have, I don't know, I keep going back about that stupid Spark. I'm like, a Spark will give us more options, but I know myself. The moment I see any kind of Walmart offer, I'm just like, no, I ain't doing no Walmart. So I think we'll just go with the flow, everybody. Fausto's $13.75 for 23.1 miles. No. Yeah, I think we'll just stick with the deliveries, everybody. We're doing fine. Ooh, all this traffic on the other side, and there's a paramedic or a fire truck trying to get by. There must be a bad accident, and I didn't notice because I was so busy talking. $8 for, oh, it's that stupid gym that I don't like to go to. Nope, no thanks. Oh, the poor ambulance, they can't get through. All the traffic is blocking. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's totally stuck. No, you can't do nothing. All right, well, I'll let you know if anything comes in. Another strategy I thought about was just starting later, like working from, oh, I don't know, let's say from like 9 to 2, and then I could work on the videos in the morning. So, and I thought, well, that could work out because maybe it'll be busier between 9 and 2. But maybe it's all the same. So I don't know. It's just different options. I'll put it in my little notes. I'll put it in my little memory bank notes, and that way if I feel like it one day to try it as an experiment, I can try it. So, but because at the same time, I think, if it's slow in the morning, I'm just hanging out at home anyway. So what I could do is $5 for 2.5 miles scrambled. No thanks. The traffic is terrible right now. I need bigger money. Yeah, I think I can, if I could just work the same hours, but if it got busier, then I would just do the video the next morning. I don't know. It's just stuff to think about. I'm going to put it all on a shelf. Just shove it all on a shelf and not think about it. Just don't even think about it. Let's focus on just doing the job. Ooh, the traffic's bad. The traffic is extremely bad right now. I almost considered just parking, but that's not my style. I ain't gonna park. The moment I park, I'm gonna get all kinds of negative thoughts about just turning everything off and just not even working at all today. So I found a side street that'll get me past all of the traffic, and that should work out just fine. I am so funny. It's like my emotions and moods can really play a factor into my decision making if I'm not actively doing anything. I have to keep moving. It's like the moment I stop moving is the moment I'm in big trouble. Ooh, everyone's driving like Looney Tunes. Like there must be a bad accident. I haven't seen it yet, but there must be a very bad accident somewhere because everyone's driving so erratic. 424 for 3 who cares miles. I ain't taking it. Ooh, I don't know what's happening. Or maybe it's because everyone's trying to go to school today. I think that's what it is. I hope nobody got hit by a car. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. We're just stuck. Oh, there were no accidents. It was just everybody decided to show up to this particular location all at the same time. It was one of these weird coincidences, so it just bottlenecked everything. So nope, everything is flowing just fine, but we got no offers, so we're just hanging out. I wanted to say, if you do delivery in this town, you got to have good shoes. Did you see those rocks that I had to walk on to deliver those groceries? You do not want to have just some sandals and walk through rocks like that. You'll hurt yourself. All right, we got another one. It is Panera, and it's $6.50 for 4.2 miles. All right, come on, everybody. Let's just get over to Panera and get this day going. If I would have known we would have been stuck in all that traffic, I would have just taken that previous offer, that $5 scrambled one, because that would have been fine. I mean, we'd have lost $1.50, but at least it would have continued moving on. The time that I lost by not taking that $5 scrambled offer was significant. But you don't know. That's the problem with this job. You don't know. Everything's a mystery. The decision-making process always seems sound when you do it until after the fact. And then you're like, wait a minute, that didn't make sense. After you know. So there's nothing you can do about that. Anyway, onward to Panera. To say congratulations to FedEx guy for reaching over 1,000 subscribers, and he hasn't been doing it for that long. I mean, he's been doing it for less than I've been doing it, so I give him props. Way to go. All right, well, that was it. That was my props to FedEx guy. The order, it looks like it's a leave at receptionist, so it's a business, and it's 6 minutes away, 2 miles. And what else did I have to say? Oh, I had to use the restroom, but they were cleaning the restroom, so I still have to use the restroom. FYI. Someone sent me some comments about Walmart Spark. I did a post in my community page, and he said, congratulations, hopefully you don't run into a lot of drivers snatching the orders with their little device. So I guess there must be a little device that snatches people's orders. It's some kind of device that they use where they freeze other drivers' phones and you won't be able to get the order. Huh. But I wouldn't be at the Walmart waiting for an order. So they can't snatch it if I already have it. So I don't think that applies to me, because I sure as heck am not sitting at Walmart waiting for an order. So that's not going to affect me. But yeah, you already know my opinion about the whole Walmart Spark thing. But anyway, you read the comments. Let's proceed on to the delivery of the Panera order. I ordered myself a webcam, so that way I can do live streams that are landscape. I think that, you know, there were some people that said, oh, you should be doing your live stream landscape and not portrait. So, but then I keep hearing that you get more views if it's portrait. So I go back and forth, but I want to at least have the option. I want to at least have the option to do landscape, traditional landscape videos that are widescreen. I guess it's called widescreen. So I think I'm just so that's why I ordered the camera. I said, no, and that way, because the one I have right now, it's a camera built into my old laptop, and the quality is so bad. It's like I wouldn't even dare to do a YouTube live stream with it, because it's such bad quality. I would look like I was being held hostage. So I that's gonna arrive today, and it wasn't expensive. I can't remember what the model was, but it only cost, I think, like $26, so it's fine. And it's not 4K or anything, but it'll work. And yeah, so I guess my next live stream will be when I hit 2K, so it's still a ways away. So, but I wanted to just get it and see what it, and just have it at the ready, so it's off my mind. So yeah, we're getting close to the drop-off, so I've turned on the other app, UberEats, just so we have the opportunity to get something else as we make our way to the drop-off. That's considered multi-apping light. That's something I suppose I can do every time I'm less than a mile away from the drop-off, as long as I'm not delivering a ton of groceries. Like if I'm delivering a whole bunch of stuff, then I would not be able to access the phone. So I would not be multi-apping at that point. But for this particular drop-off, I know it's going to be simple because I've been to this particular business before. So I know what I'm going to encounter. So there's not going to be any roadblocks whatsoever. It's going to be a park, pop, and drop. Here, let's unload all the goodies. Mario? You're welcome. Have a good day. Thank you. That delivery went just fine. $3 for 1.8 miles. No. Yeah, that delivery went just fine. No problems. Got helped right away. And that was it. I got back to the car. I stepped back in. I had no cell phone service when I got back to the car. But once I started moving, I got a signal. And now we're waiting. But I guess I have to find a place to go to the restroom. So that's on the list next, unless something else comes in that has a good opportunity that gives me a reason to change my plan. But for right now, we are headed to the bathroom. All right, everybody. We're on our way to Albertsons. We're going to do some more shopping. We're going to get $10.25 for 5.6 miles. And we'll only have to shop for 3 items. Can you believe it? Just 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. All right, right, we're getting close to Albertsons. It's just about that time to hit the exit button and take a look at the shopping list. Here it comes. Start shopping. We're going to be getting some caramel crunch, K-cup pods, the coconut caramel crunch. Say that 3 times. We're going to get some bottled water, of course, 24 count. And then we're going to get some coffee creamer. And that's it. It's not too bad. Let's just hope it's not on the 3rd floor that we got to carry this huge case of water. All right, let's get in there and shop. This one here. I think it's this one. Let's see, where's the barcode? There it is. It says wrong. I need the 12 count. Where is the 12 count? All right. Well, this is a 12 count. I don't know what they're talking about. I have the correct item. The picture. All right. That's done. Macchiato, International Delight. I think this is it. Let's try to scan it. Yep, that was it. Next up is the water. Oh, it looks like it's the last one, or second to last one. Let's see here. Where's the bar? Oh, there it goes. Got it. Here we go. Water. Water. And that's all. Navigation in DoorDash is malfunctioning, so I had to go to Google Maps. It's 5 minutes away, 2 miles. It's an apartment, and they gave directions, so we shouldn't have too much of a difficult time to drop it off. But hopefully they don't have any problems with the DoorDash app for the drop-off and completion of the delivery, since it's acting goofy. Goofy. To leave at the door, and they did not provide a gate code, but they did provide directions about which gate to go through and what to look for when we arrive. However, they did not provide a building number. So we've got 50% good instructions. 50%. I guess that's all we can ask for. I guess. I think we have a good gate code for this particular complex. It's been a while since I've actually come to this complex, and they didn't have the code. And I guess what I need to do is, in the future, remember that I don't have the correct code for this particular complex, and I need to what's the word? I need to make sure I enter it, so that way I don't encounter this problem again. I have 4 gate codes for this complex. Maybe one of them will work. Maybe. And if not, well, then we're just going to be stuck and just have to wait to follow somebody in. But I guess it's good that I at least have 4 gate codes. That tells me I have a sort of a good chance one of them's going to work. So stay tuned, everyone. Don't miss out on the next exciting moment of we have no gate code. Good name for a YouTube channel, No Gate Code. I'm surprised nobody has that username yet for a dashing channel. That'd be hysterical. Ladies and gentlemen, the gate was open and we just made it as the gate was closing. Now we just have to find the building number that we think might be the building number for this one. We don't know for sure, but he said from the left gate, first right, then another immediate right. So yeah. So yeah, this might be it. I think this might be it here on the right. Let's find out together. This is it. Oh my God, I saw his apartment number. Oh my God, this is awesome. What a relief. That was easy. We so lucked out, everybody. Can you believe it? An apartment delivery that was not hard. I'm in shock. Somebody call a medic. I'm going into shock. The gate, we made it by the skin of our teeth to get through the gate because the gate was closing. And then we had to rely on his directions, and he gave the directions right, which never happens. and then to just first look at the building and to just visually see the number at that first glance, well, that's like a lottery ticket. That absolutely never happens. We at least have to walk halfway around the building before we find the apartment. But we didn't, everybody. We did it. Give yourselves a pat on the back. We did it. All right. Let's see what happens next. Currently 8:58 a.m. We've been going for about 2 hours. So take a look at the total amount of money that we've made, and that'll tell you how much money we're making per hour. Just take the amount of money and divide it by 2. Divide it by 2. And then you'll know. You'll say, oh my gosh, he is the best. He's the best delivery driver on YouTube. The absolute best. Or you could say, that guy sucks. All right, we've got another one. Another spectacular event is about to occur. It is going to involve shopping at Sprouts, everyone, for $14, 5.2 miles, shopping for 17 items. Oh boy, I can't wait. I can't wait to get back into Sprouts and see all of those strange and unusual items that Sprouts sells that are so hard to find. They are so hard to find. Well, let's get going, everybody. Onward and upward to the shopping list. Okay, we're just about here. There's a person crossing the street, and so I've got to slow down so I don't run their ass over. Let's start shopping. Let me tell you about what we're shopping for. We're gonna get some English muffins, mozzarella cheese, medley tomatoes, blueberries, mixed salad, romaine lettuce, some Brussels sprouts, organic lemon bag, cabbage, cucumber. That is all. Let us shop together. I can't show you everything, but let's show you a few things, like these delicious muffins. Where is the barcode? That's not the barcode. There's the barcode. All right, you saw one item. The mozzarella cheese here. Let's scan that. Oh, there we go. That's 2 items you got to see. We have the groceries in the trunk. There was no major issues except they didn't have organic lemons. They didn't have the regular romaine lettuce. They only had organic romaine lettuce. And I believe those were the only issues that occurred during the shopping extravaganza. So now we're on our way to the drop off. It is going to be an apartment 8 minutes away, 2.9 miles, and it's a hand it to me. So let's get on over there and hand it to them. Here, take it. We don't want it. All right, well, we're almost there. We just got to make it through all this construction, and we don't have a gate code, and I do believe the complex has a gate. I mean, what apartment complex in this town doesn't have a gate? Oy, 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 oy. And then with this construction, I'm gonna have to make a left pretty soon. So let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I can safely make a left turn. Oh, there's no gate. That's awesome. I just gotta make sure I don't, cause a car accident. I think I turned right. I think I turned to the right. I don't know for sure. Yes, this is the correct way. Now let's see if we can find this person's apartment. Let's see if it faces the street or not. Let's see here. It appears that it does face the street. So let's go drop it off. OMG, you won't believe what happened, you guys. You're gonna be so shocked when I tell you what just happened. I took the groceries to the apartment, as you saw in the video, and I rang the doorbell, and the guy was elderly and had a walker. And he just said, leave the groceries just inside. So I set them inside the doorway. And then you won't believe what happened next. He handed me money, cash, $5. Can you believe? You know how rare it is in this town for someone to hand you a cash tip? It is almost unheard of. You can see it on my videos. I never say that somebody gave me cash. So it was a special treat today. A special treat. Let's all savor the moment until the next time. All right, well, I gotta hit my Uber. All right, well, let's see what happens next. Did you know that we have not done a single UberEats delivery today? They've all been DoorDash, every single one. I don't know what's happening. Maybe DoorDash is running a special. It's running some kind of special, no delivery fee or something. They have all those fees that they tack on to the customer. So maybe they have a special and it's allowing the customer to choose DoorDash over UberEats today. But yeah, we've been going all morning long. And in fact, it's officially it's 9:42 a.m. So that puts us at, I don't know. What does that put us at? 3 hours now? Let's see, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. Yeah. That puts us at 3 hours. Look at the total. Don't forget to include the $5 cash that somebody gave me. I better put that in there somehow. So, yep, we are doing, I don't know how we're doing. Let's see. That looks like we're about $60-something. So they were doing good. We're getting over $20 an hour. We're doing excellent today. It's a good sign. We just have to hope we don't crash in this car with all this traffic. Gosh, today the traffic is terrible. Everybody wants to be in the same lane at the same time. Who knows why? Who knows? Well, not much else exciting to report at the moment, everyone. It's just a beautiful day. It's 74 degrees. We're getting 62.3 miles to the gallon, and we've only driven 28.4 miles. So we're doing fantastic. All right, I think if I get back to home, I'm gonna have my lunch because it's past my lunchtime. All right, everybody, we are back on it again. I had lunch and I saw I sold something on eBay and I packaged that up. So I'm going to drop that off at the post office after these next 2 deliveries. We're going to be going to Panda. We're going to be getting $5 for the first one for 2.3 miles. And then they added on another one while I was taking my sweet time putting my shoes on and getting out the door. And we're going to be getting an extra $5.22 for another 1.4 miles. So let's head on over to Panda, and these are going to be the last 2 deliveries of the day. Let's go get it. I got both orders. Boy, they were busy in there. The lady wasn't paying attention to me at all. I had to get a little assertive. I had to be like, hello. Hello there. Hi, it's me, delivery driver. And she's like, oh. And I was like, here are the names of the people. And she was like, oh, okay, can I see the app? And I'm like, sure. And I showed her the app. And then she gave me the food. So the first one is going to be 4 minutes away. 1.3 miles. It's a house. It's a leave at the door. Let's go drop it off. I was really hoping that the lady would pay attention to me when I was standing there. But after the third person went through the register, I was like, she either she has no peripheral vision or she's just so stressed. I had never seen her before. She didn't look familiar to me at all. So that tells me that she's new. And so she's just stressed that she's got this job and she's trying to manage all these crazy people at the register. So she was just stressed, I think. I don't think she was ignoring me. I think she was just stressed and she was focused on the long line and getting people through. And she just didn't notice me standing there. But at any rate, we got it. Turning on the Spark app and nothing has come in. You don't get anything. You must have to camp out at the Walmart to get orders. And that ain't gonna happen. And then when I had the app on in the background, my phone kept saying that this app is using a lot of my battery. I'm like, did they not know how to optimize this app when they designed it? And it's like just a battery eating monster. I don't know if I'm even gonna turn it on. I'm like, do I really even need this app? Do I need the headache? I don't know. But I had it on when I was at home, just sitting there hanging out, and there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right, we're coming up on the drop-off. That was an uneventful drop-off. He just walked up to the driveway, placed it on the floor. That was it. There was nothing else to discuss about it. And the house is very average looking. That's what I call an average looking house. Nothing too spectacular. And now we're off to the second one, 3 minutes away, 1.2 miles. It's also a house and it's also a leave at the door. And that's gonna do it. And then I'm gonna go drop off this package, this eBay thing that I sold. It's some sort of telemarketing headset or something. And then I'm going to get on working on the video. And that's gonna do her. That is gonna be the end of our adventure for today. So we're all in the car together. You might as well go along with me to the post office. We won't count it as mileage, and we won't count it as earnings either, since we're not earning anything. Although I am making money from eBay. Maybe I should put that in the earnings. Have a little section for eBay sales. I don't want to be distracted from the focus of the channel, so let's not do that. Let's just focus on delivering from delivery apps, and not on money that we're making from silly things that are just laying around the house that we're selling on eBay. All right, we're in this community. We're gonna be making a right at the second right. Not this particular right, but the next right. The next one. These houses aren't all that spectacular either. They're all just a bunch of two-story blocks.
Right on Williamsburg Street, then drop off on the right.
Oh, I didn't turn off my Uber. We're not taking that. $7.70 for 13 miles. We're not taking that. Here's the turn. It's going to be on the right-hand side. Let's make sure we don't miss it.
Drop off on the right.
It looks like it's this one here on the right. Yes, it is. Okay. Let's go and drop off this Panda. Alright, now we're off to the post office for my personal errand. I don't know if I'm gonna have anything exciting to tell you. I think I already said what the eBay item is. It's gonna be some kind of headset that telemarketers use that somebody in the family bought it for some reason years ago, and it was like the wrong one, and then they're just like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, maybe the company paid for it, another company paid. I don't know what happened, but anyway, it was sitting in a drawer or in a box, and I put it on eBay a long time ago. Like most things, you get things and you upload the picture, and you just put the description in the eBay app, and then you just post it, and then you shove it in a box somewhere, and you wait and you wait and you wait, and then suddenly, like 6 months to a year later, suddenly somebody wants it. Well, that's the case with this particular item. And I think it was it was new, so I think I sold it for about, I don't know, maybe $14 or something like that. And then they had to pay for the shipping, so it was close to $20 total with the shipping. But you know how eBay is? They take so much of the money. So I'm sure all said and done, I'll probably get about $7 or $8 for my troubles. But I guess it's better than just throwing it away, because if I just threw it away, I wouldn't get any money. So this way, at least I make some money, and eBay makes some money, and everybody's happy. Let me think if I can give you guys any advice about doing gig work in particular. Well, let's see. My advice is, if you need to make a lot of money doing gig work, you got to sign up for as many apps as possible, and you got to be flexible enough to switch between whatever it is that they offer for, what's reasonable for you for the pay. So it requires a lot of patience, number one, and then you have to have a lot of strategy. There's a lot of strategy involved in picking different offers, from people to food to who knows what else. There's so many different kinds of gig opportunities out there. But for the ones that I use, I just find that if you need money, you just turn them all on, and you just make sure you stick to whatever rules that you have for yourself, as far as if you want to stay close to your area, or if you want so many dollars per mile, or if you only want to go to certain areas. Whatever it is, just stick to whatever your rules are, and that'll be fine, and then you won't have a problem with it, because you're sticking to whatever boundaries you set for yourself. So like with people, I used to only take people to the airport, because I didn't want to take people to all these weird places where they would waste my time. Like I end up picking up people at the grocery store, and they're not there. They're still shopping for their groceries, so they're wasting my time. Or they want me to take them to the bank, and they want me to wait for them to get out of the bank. All that's just a waste of time. But usually when you take people to the airport, boy, they can't. They're all stressed out. They're like, get me to the airport as soon as possible, because they're on a schedule. They got to get to that. They can't miss their flight. So taking people to the airport, it's very rare that there's any delays, because the people just want to get going because they're stressed about missing their plane. So usually those are the only orders I usually would take when I would drive people around. But the problem with that is that once you get to the airport, it's like, now what do you do? Now you got a dead mile, and you got to figure out where you're going to dead mile to. So inevitably, I would always end up at the Strip, having to take people from the Strip to the airport. And the traffic, ugh. And the construction, yikes. So that wasn't very fun. But it was good money. People tip good. So when it's busy, you really are rolling in the dough. So if you need to make a lot of money, driving people is where it's at. The food delivery is hit or miss. Sometimes it's busy, and then sometimes it's just slow. Like for right now, it's totally slow. All right, we're here at the post office, everyone. The wait is over. The anticipation of the big event has come. We're here. U.S. Post Office. Oh, last stop. Oh, let's grab the package.
No, not the morning. This is picture ID before you vote. Yeah,
All right, well, that's the end of the show. We ended with the post office. That was unusual. And it's 11:38 a.m. So how many hours did we work today? Let's see. We started at 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. That's 5 hours, but you got to minus about an hour. Oh, an hour and a half, because we were just laying around. So not 5, not 4, 3.5. So we worked 3.5 hours today. Take a look at the total above, and also the hourly rate. And so that's what it was, 3.5 hours, and there's the hourly rate, and there's how much money we made. We drove 37 miles and got 59.5 miles to the gallon. And now I'm headed back home, and the day's over, and now I'm gonna give my dog a haircut, because he's overdue. His hair is too darn long. So that's next on the list, and then I gotta work on the video. All right, everybody, I hope you had a good time today. I'm not sure if I did, but I hope you did. All right, well, we'll see you again on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.